Hello, my name is Josh and I'm a watchaholic. Welcome to Horology Insanity. What's up, watch friends? So check this out. In the editing process, I needed to cut out several of the 3-watch collection categories that I had originally intended to put into my launch video. Truth of the matter is, I talk way too much, and there was just way too much in there to have, to keep the video at a reasonable length. And so what I've done is, or I guess I should say what my wife has kindly done, she's going to pull out some of these categories, make them more like a B-roll or an outtake episode, and we're going to tack it on and to a couple of different videos. So that's what you're about to see here. And with that, we will roll into it. Remember that this is Independence Day celebratory watches. We're looking at red, white, and blue collections, 3-watch collections, red, white, and blue in several different categories. I hope you enjoy the extra content. Thanks. See ya. So now we're going to roll in a picture real quick because the next category is divers watches, and I don't own a red dial diver. However, if I were to own a red dial diver, it would be this red Orient Kamasu. Now I'm going to link down below to Shane's video over at Relative Time. Shane did a great video on this, and you should go check out his channel and subscribe to it if you haven't already, because Relative Time, he puts out good content over there. But I would go with this red Orient Kamasu if I were to own a red diver. Now for a white diver, I'm going to stick in the Orient family for just a second, and I'm going to pick the white Orient USA Mako 2. Now what's really cool about this is the picture that you see on the screen is actually the watch I just got from a friend and buddy in my watch group, and it is incoming. It is on its way. And what's cool about this one is it has an aftermarket ceramic bezel insert, kind of the blacked out stealth version, and he sold this on the cheap. So I love great watches that are great value that you can buy at an inexpensive price. So I don't know if you can find this white Orient new or not. Check mark at Long Island, check your normal sources, but this one is a beauty. Now, moving into the micro brand space for white divers, we actually have two that I'm going to throw up side by side, and I think these are loved by many, but are sometimes not easy to find. On the left, I've got the Helm Komodo white dial with the blue lume indices and hands. Now this one has the stainless steel bezel insert on it. I bought this as a kit. It's got a couple of bracelets and straps. It's got both bezels, this stainless steel one and the black one that came with it. This is how I currently have it framed up. And then on the right is the Hampton Kraken H2. So this is a release that Hampton put out last year. If you were part of that campaign in Kickstarter, you know that it took about a year to get these watches. But what's really cool is that this Hampton is titanium. And as you know that I'm going in the direction of a full titanium collection, right? This beautiful helm in stainless steel is probably not going to last that long. Now, what's interesting about this is if it were up to me, I would take the white dial with the Hampton indices, but in the blue lume with the black bezel in the titanium case, and I like this case at 4 o'clock. So really, the Helm is an amazing watch, but for me personally and my interest, which is what this hobby's all about, right? You do you, boo-boo, and enjoy it. But the Helm, the thing I love the most is the blue hands and indices, and just the look it gives you, and the depth of this dial. Both of them have quite a bit of depth if I turn them a little bit. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how long the Helm stays. But these are my white choices in the diver category, aside from that Orient, for the divers watches category. Now we're going to get into the blue, and first off, because I love Casio so much, we know we had to go with the Bluro. This is the blue Casio Duro, aka the Bluro, and it's basically a blue variant of their classic dive quartz watch that used to come, and I've got the others with the black and the black bezel and black dial, but this is the Bluro blue. Absolutely beautiful. I love this watch so much. I actually have two of them, so let's pull this one in. And basically I keep one on leather, and I keep this one on a fun white NATO strap. But yeah, so these are actually one of these is gonna become a project watch that I'm gonna do a little modding on, and then the other one is gonna say stock. But yeah, love these. Absolutely love the blue Duro. Now, switching it up to Seiko. Here we've got a turtle. This is the blue turtle. I don't remember the model number of this. I can try to throw it up on the screen if I can find it. I've got it on this NATO, keeping it simple. But my buddy Jay helped me find this because, one, it was on sale. It was a super good deal, like too good to pass up. But the depth of the blue on that dial, and he knows I love blue, and he helped me find this. And I was like, yeah, man, grab that for me. So here we go. Blue turtle and the blue divers. You're not going to have a problem finding a blue diver. Let's just say that. So again, divers watches, we got red, white, and blue. Speaking of my buddy Jay, though, who just helped me find that last watch, I'm going to now roll in a bunch of pictures here because I asked him what his favorite picks would be, and here's what he came up with. First, we have Omega's America's Cup 36th edition. Now, I think this is called the Seamaster. I also saw the name on the website that said Planet Ocean. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm kind of Omega ignorant. So somebody down in the comments, drop some knowledge for me and let me know, what is this watch? I saw a picture of it and it is beautiful. Now, it is red, white, and blue all up in one combo. You only need one watch, which is good because this thing is expensive. But it's beautiful. But if you can, drop comment down below. Let me know. What is it? What's a Seamaster? What's a Planet Ocean? Are they one and the same? Are they two? I thought the Planet Ocean was a completely different model of watch than the Seamaster. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've never really studied it. The next one Jay picked out, the H. Moser with the red dial. So H. Moser is gaining some popularity in the watch community, especially by a couple of channels, right, that are pretty big. They're watch dealers. But H. Moser, they have some of the most beautiful dials of any watch in the industry. Now, they're not doing the type of dials that like Grand Seiko and some of these other ones that I've showed you, where they have the beautiful texture and all of that going on. But instead, they're just making these like almost fume color, like, oh, they just are silky smooth. So check them out. This is the H. Moser red dial. And then the last one, red one that Jay picked, was the Oris Divers 65 Red Bar Limited Edition. And so this one, I've got a couple of these Oris. They are amazing. Jay's got one too. He's got the Deauville dial, right, which is a beautiful watch. But this red 65 limited edition, the Red Bar, he was like, oh, you got to include it. So here we go. Now, next, I'm going to get to the white category. So Jay's picks on the white category were easy for him to do because he has a fascination for white dial watches. Now, I'm going to roll in a couple of pictures of his wrist shots from his personal collection. The first one is the Glycine Airman white dial, and he actually has the white and the black, which is pretty cool because, you know, depending on the day, he can pick which one he wants. I almost always see him wear the white one, by the way. But the white Glycine Airman is the first one. Now the second one, and this just came to him, and it was a birthday present. So his birthday was last Saturday. And for his birthday, kind of as a gift to himself, I think, maybe his wife and daughters got it for him. I don't know the details of it. But you're seeing now the Toppers Hamilton white dial khaki field. And I'm going to roll in a couple of pictures of this because one of them, he kind of lines up a couple of straps around it. This thing is a strap monster. And what he says is really cool about the two dials is there are different shades of white, so they actually don't compete with one another. Because I had asked him at what point in time, can you have too many white dial watches, right? And you can have them when they're kind of different shades. And so these work out well for him. Now, switching over to the blue category, we're back to the kind of fantasy league picks, kind of like the red ones were a second ago. But the blue dial picks that he thought of first were the new JLC Polaris Blue. So we'll roll in a picture of that. We've got the JLC Polaris Blue. This thing, I ain't gonna lie, is stunning. Stunning. JLC is, I'm not gonna try to say their name for real. Is Jaeger LaCulture? I have no clue. But JLC Polaris Blue, this thing is stunning. His second pick, I was shocked by this a little bit, except for the fact that Jay loves the history and the horology aspect of the watch hobby, right? The heritage that come with some of these things. And so he picked out the Blancpain 50 Fathoms in blue. So I don't know if he'd ever actually try to wear one. I personally wouldn't. I've got a Blancpain 50 Fathoms homage that is supposed to be kind of a specced out, similar to the real one, and I don't care for it personally. But I will say that pictures of this blue one look good. His last pick in the blue category, and timing wise, this is on the hot line of the presses right now, is the Tudor Black Bay 58 Blue edition. So we see here that Tudor did this big announce of a new Black Bay 58, and they just released it, and it's polarizing, y'all. It's hilarious. So historically, and I'll drop in another picture of the heritage kind of black with the gold gild hands and indices, right? This is the vintage inspired kind of remake, the Black Bay 58. People love the dimensions and the sizing of it. They love the retro kind of vibe and feel that it gives. Some people like the little red triangle at the top. I don't think I understand that personally, but to each his own. Again, you do you, boo-boo. But they dropped this new Black Bay, and it's blue, and it doesn't have the golden gild hands and indices. And honestly, it looks like it's a shade darker than the Pelagos, but if you're honest, it kind of just looks like a Pelagos. But several people I know have gotten them or are getting them and say that they love it. And I think most of them, the reason why they either love it or will love it is because of the sizing and the dimensions. So I have no problem rocking a Pelagos, right, with an 8-inch wrist. But some of these other folks, right, that's a big watch. Even titanium and being lighter, that's a big watch. So I don't know. This one is interesting. Some people are saying, well, it should be called, the Tudor 39 Blue or something, right? Because they attribute the Black Bay 58 name with that black gild version. And I get that. I get that. But this is what Tudor wanted to do. And I think this is what a lot of their customer base wanted. And I think they listened to them and put out what the customers wanted. And so I don't think they're going to have any problem selling them. They're already going for twice MSRP, or at least that's the asking prices. People are doing the overinflated nonsense that occurs on Chrono 24 and eBay, right? But yeah, that's Jay's pick. So we've got red, white, blue. Jay's picks are phenomenal, by the way. So Jay has been in the watch hobby for way longer than I could have even thought about this. And he's kind of been there, done that, but still does it. And so one of these days I'm going to have him on. We're going to talk through kind of everything that he's done, what he enjoys most, that kind of stuff.